want to question anyone who they might have even a little bit of suspicion with.
So what do you want to ask us, officer?
Well, I'm gonna start with some simple questions.
So everyone is treating this like a kidnapping.
I'm very serious about this, Kale. The authorities are taking this case extremely seriously, and they want to question anyone who they might have even a little bit of suspicion with. In your case, there's a lot of suspicion. You and your siblings were on bad terms with her since she left you at the adoption center, so you probably grew up hating her. From a certain perspective, that's perfect motivation to try and get rid of Tessa. Now look, I'm not saying that you did anything to Tessa or planned her possible kidnapping in any way, but the authorities need to be sure of this. They're going to question you and your siblings to get as much information as they need, and your answers will decide whether their suspicions of you are valid or not.
I have no idea how to respond to this. I haven't seen Tessa in 11 years. I haven't seen her since she left us. And I am not a criminal. I would never kidnap someone. My siblings aren't like that either. We've been living really happy lives ever since we got adopted into our new family. Our new parents are amazing, wonderful people, and we have no complaints in our lives whatsoever.
I know, Kale, I know, but that still doesn't change the fact that you're labeled as suspects. But don't worry, if you haven't done anything wrong, there's nothing to worry about. Just answer all the questions the cops ask you honestly and truthfully, and that should be enough, alright?
Alright, sir. How are Brian and Jess going to be questioned? Are they going to be brought here?
That won't be necessary. The cops are probably already questioning them at their house as we speak.
I wasn't expecting this at all. So what do you want to ask us, officer?
Well, I'm gonna start with some simple questions. When was the last time you met with Tessa? Did you ever see her again after she left you at the adoption center?
Nope, we didn't. We never saw her again. It's been 11 years now, a really long time.
Well, that's funny. In her last known location, we found a piece of her jewelry on the floor. A locket that had a picture of her with you both, and your sister Kale.
Really? Wow. So she didn't forget about us after all. I'm really surprised about that. I mean, I thought she didn't care about us at all. But finding that locket doesn't prove that we met her, right?
True. You're right about that. But that definitely does place you under suspicion. We believe Tessa has been looking for her kids before she went missing.
Really? She was looking for us?
We have good reason to believe so. Just before she disappeared, she came by at the adoption center to ask if they had any information on where you three were. But she didn't get any information. Anyways, moving on. Do you know anyone who might have a problem with Tessa? Someone that really hates her. Someone that doesn't want to ever see her again. Someone that would want to get rid of her. Can you think of anyone?
Well, our father left us when we were little, so I don't really remember much about him. But Mom never talked to him at all, so I don't think he would have anything to do with this.
And to be honest, all of us really hated Mom at one point. That's probably why we're potential suspects, right? The way Mom left us at the adoption center made us feel really hurt. But we would never go this far and do something like kidnap her. We're not those kinds of people.
So, Mom was pretty nice to her work colleagues, so I don't think she has any enemies. None that I know of, at least.
All right, thanks for your answers. But I do have a few more questions, though.
So everyone is treating this like a kidnapping. Did Mom actually get kidnapped? Is it possible? If she got kidnapped, then it must have been by some really professional criminals or someone really wealthy that organized her kidnapping. That would probably be someone who wants to exploit Brookhaven Bank or weaken it. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to brainstorm ideas. supposed to call Jess and Brian 30 minutes ago. I completely forgot. Oh well, I'm free right now, so I can call them now. Hey guys, what's up?
You're 30 minutes late. Come on, you can't even come to a video call in time. How on earth are you going to become a lawyer?
That's funny coming from you, Brian. Don't talk to me about being punctual and coming on time for everything. When was the last time you actually went to university on time? That's right, never. You were always late for university, every single day.
Guys, come on! The call just started and you're already arguing! Kale, talk to us about your day. How was your first day living alone?
Okay, I think we should just jump straight to the main topic. Did an officer come to our house to question you today?
Oh, so you already knew.
Yup, I was questioned too.
I'm really worried about Mom. I wonder what happened to her. I hope she's alright, I really do.
Well, I have one more way that we could find out. We can ask Uncle Joe and Aunt Glaze.
No, just no! I promised myself that I would never see their faces ever again.
If there's anyone who knows what Mom was doing after she left us, it's them. And the people at Brookhaven Bank, of course. But no one would know her better than her own family. The police have probably already questioned them a lot, but maybe they're willing to share more with us since we're their family.
Fine, but we need to make it really quick.
Oh well, you guys have fun on your trip.
What are you going to do about this case, Kale? Are you going to help look for Mom?
I don't know. I still haven't decided.
Make this quick. I don't want to stay here for too long.
Hello, folks. How can I help you?
Uncle Joe, it's been a while, hasn't it? Do you remember us?
Uncle, holy guacamole! Wait a minute. Are you Brian and Jess? There's no way. I thought I would never see you again.
I thought so too, but here we are.
Well, come on in.
We're really sorry about what Tessa did to you. She didn't even ask us before making the decision to leave you at the adoption center. She was going through some really stressful times back then, that's for sure. But we would have helped if we knew what she was going to do. Thanks, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We wanted to ask what Mom did after she left us. What was her life like after that? What job did she have? And if you have any idea, please tell us.
I'm surprised you're still willing to help her even after everything she did. But yes, after she left you, she was still going through a lot of stress. Not as much as before, but the stress levels were still high. She was constantly changing jobs, and she was living alone for 5 years straight. She eventually became one of the owners of Brookhaven Bank, but that was way later. She started feeling very lonely, and that's when she tried to look for you three at the adoption center.
So Mom did come back for us after all.
Yes, she did. She came back to the adoption center and asked where you were. The employees working there aren't allowed to give the addresses of people that have adopted children there, so they didn't give any address to her, even though she is your biological mother. She tried really hard to find you, but she never could. Then she came back for us again very recently. That's what the officer that came to our house told us.
She regretted her decision of leaving you kids at the end. but there was nothing she could do to make up for it. Since she didn't really know where you were, she was still feeling very lonely.
Did Mom make any enemies during the past few years? Someone that might have been interested in harming her in any way? Well, she would always tell us about how she had a lot of pressure from the government and a lot of criminals trying to threaten her and her bank. When you're working in a really high position like she was, you're probably going to get a lot of people trying to blackmail you. So I can't even imagine the stress your mom must have been going through. I don't know anyone in particular who would try to harm her, though. I can't think of anyone.
Well, there was one person. I forget his name, but he was a lawyer. I think he was always talking to Tessa a lot and spending a lot of time with her. And last time I checked, he was also Tessa's manager. So he would help her organize her work and everything.
If you don't remember his name, then it's not really of much help.
But wait, you said he was a lawyer, right? So maybe Kale would know who he is. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but we can give it a shot.
Seriously? You don't have a name. You don't know how he looks. All you know is that he's a lawyer, and you expect me to know who he is? I don't know every lawyer in the world, Brian.
Well, he apparently also used to be Mom's manager, so that might be something useful to consider. That's all that Uncle Joe and Aunt Glaze told us. We'll try looking into it more from our side.
All right, I'll look up who a manager is right now. Never mind. I have a meeting right now. Bye.
What's your emergency?
I'm here, sir. So, what is it that you wanted to discuss? And why is that person wearing a paper bag?
Well, I'm afraid that things have started to get out of hand, Kale. I didn't expect these things to happen, so looks like you'll have to take some more desperate measures.
What do you mean, sir? I'm confused.
Take her mask off.
George! So it was you all along? Are you the one who kidnapped Tessa?
Surprise, surprise. Yeah, that's right. Been her manager for a while now. The only reason I became her manager was so that I could try to find a way to rob Brookhaven Bank. I used to be the biggest criminal in town, but I lost everything when the cops almost arrested me. So I had to get plastic surgery and start a new life. But the robber inside me was still itching to rob more banks. Then I created the perfect plan to kidnap Tessa without anyone suspecting me. And I thought I could force her to give me access to all the vaults in the bank, but she's one tough cookie. Then I started thinking, and I came up with the idea that I'm gonna use you to my advantage. I don't think Tessa could handle it if something happened to her poor sweet daughter. Isn't that right, Tessa? You have 5 minutes, Tessa. Give me what I want or else.
Oh gosh, that's not going to work. Mom doesn't care about me.
Oh, you really think so? Well, there's only one way to find out.
Oh my gosh, Kale, why are you here? What are they doing to you?
Give me the passcodes that I want, or you won't like what happens to your daughter. Choose wisely.
No, stop it. Let her go.
All right, then it looks like you don't want to see your daughter ever again. Hey, you, do it. I want to make sure Tessa watches what happens to her.
Why are the cops here? Freeze! Put your hands where I can see 'em. Impossible! How was this your doing, Kale?
Maybe it was. Brian and Jess had a talk with Uncle Joe and Aunt Glaze the other day, and they told me about how there was a certain man that was getting really close to her. He was a lawyer, and after searching a bit, it turned out to be you. I thought about it for a while, and it all started to make sense. You were the one who kidnapped Tessa, but you were also one of the people leading the investigation. You were in the perfect position to hide Tessa and never let her be found. Of course, I wasn't sure of this. It was just a theory. But I informed the cops anyway, and I hid a speaker in my shirt.
You meddling kid! I hate you!
Are you sure you're all right, Kale? I was really worried about you.
I'm fine. It's nothing. You and Brian didn't have to come all the way here just to ask me if I was all right.
Yes, we did. We just wanted to make sure with our own eyes.
I honestly don't know what to say to you kids. You've all grown up so much. You were so little the last time I saw you, and now you're all adults. I know you hate me, and I can understand. I would hate myself too if I were in your shoes. I was a terrible mother who didn't care for her children. I tried coming back for you after I realized the mistake I made, but by then it was too late. I couldn't find you, so I had to live with regretting what I did forever. But even after everything I did, you kids still came to help me out. You could have just ignored my situation completely and continue on with your life, but you chose to save me. Thank you, kids. I love you so much.
Don't worry about it, Mom. Even after everything that's happened between us, you're still our mother in the end.
All right, guys, let's go now. We've talked long enough.
Oh, wait, thank you for trying to find me. I know you probably hate me the most out of you three, but you still chose to help me.
No problem. I was just doing my job. Nothing more. I don't consider you as my mom.
Hell, don't say that.
It's fine, Brian. Let her say it. She's right after all. I was about to ask you kids if we could go back to being a family again, like we used to be, but I don't think that's possible. You're all grown up. And you were adopted into a new family. You can't leave them behind, right?
Yep, we can't. And we won't.
I can understand that. And Gail, I know that you'll never consider me as your mom. But all I ask is if, for one thing, all I need is your forgiveness, that's all. If you can just forgive me, that would be more than enough for me. I was an idiot for leaving you kids behind, and I'm really sorry for it. I truly regret my action. I'm sorry for not being a good mom. I'm really sorry.
Mom, don't cry. It's fine. I forgive you.
Do you really forgive me?
Yes, Mom, it's alright. Things might never be the same again between us, but I'm glad that you've at least realized your mistake. I forgive you, Mom.
Thank you so much, Kale. Thank you so much. I love you, Kale. I love all of you kids. I want to give you all a super big hug.